New topic today, and the name of that topic is nutrition. This is just the introduction of it. We are going to define what is nutrition, and we are going to talk about the various types of nutrition that we have. Let's start with what is nutrition, which is the process by which organisms obtain and utilize nutrients from food. So, how they obtain this food? Are they producing their own food from an inorganic substance? That means substances that are not living, or they are feeding on already made food by other organisms. How are they utilizing this food? Are they using it for growth? Are they using it for repair or maintenance of body parts? Are they using it for energy? We will know more. Let's continue with the discussion. We have two main types of nutrition. We have the autotrophic and we have the heterotrophic. The spelling for the heterotrophic, it is heterotrophic. Heterotrophic. The autotrophic, the auto mean self, and the troph is talking about food or feeding. So autotrophic nutrition, the organisms here we call them autotrophic organisms. These organisms produce their own food from inorganic substances that are not living. And under the autotroph, we have mainly green plants. You have to write the green there because it is only green plants that are producing their own food. And certain bacteria, not all bacteria, because some bacteria are parasitic. That means they cause disease in humans or other organisms. So those bacteria that cause disease in humans and other organisms, they are not part of the autotroph, they are part of heterotroph because they are having their food from that host. The host is the organisms that they are living in or on it. For example here, let's look from what we have on this slide. We have CO2 and we have water here, H2O. The CO2 is carbon dioxide. So plant is making use of this CO2 that is not living. The water that is not living, even though they say water is life, but water is not a living organism, in the presence of sunlight to manufacture their own food. So what they are using, they are not living. Even the sunlight is not living. As we have it in physics, that energy cannot be created, but can be transferred from one form to another. So in this case, they are using the sunlight energy to convert this CO2 and H2O into organic substances like carbohydrates. We'll talk about types of autotrophic, I guess, in our next slide. Let's talk about heterotrophic. The hetero, although what we have on the slide here is auto, the hetero means different. That means it is different from what we have in autotroph. As we say, in autotroph, they produce their own food from inorganic substances. The heterotroph, they feed on already made food that are being prepared by the autotroph is what they feed on. They don't have this ability to produce their own food. So since they don't have this ability to produce their own food, what they do, they feed on already made food by the. We have two types of autotrophic nutrition. We have the phototrophic or photoautotrophic nutrition, and we have the chemotrophic or chemoautotrophic nutrition. The photo means light. So in this case, the organisms are using light to produce their own food. The chemo is talking about chemicals. So in this case, they are using chemicals to produce their own food. Let's talk about the autotrophic now a little bit in detail. As we have it here, it is the mode of nutrition in which organisms make their own food using water and carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight through the process called photosynthesis. So what is photosynthesis? Is the process by which green plants manufactured their own food using water and carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight. But you have to know, in some textbook you can see when they are about to write the equation for photosynthesis, on that arrow they can put sunlight on the top, and below you can have chlorophyll molecule or chlorophyll, because it is the chlorophyll that will absorb the energy from the sunlight. The chemotrophic, as we have it on the slide, it is the mode of nutrition in which organisms like sun algae, purple bacteria uses chemical instead of sunlight to make their own food. They use chemical like H2S, hydrogen sulfide, which they can convert it into organic substance. Next on our slide we have here is the types of heterotrophic. Thank God the spelling of the heterotrophic here is correct, so you have to take note of it here. We have three main types of heterotrophic. We have the saprotrophic nutrition. In saprotrophic nutrition, the food will be outside, while the organism will secrete their digestive enzymes on that food that is outside, not inside their body. The food will be outside and they secrete their digestive enzyme on that food. That enzyme will digest the food outside of the body of that organism, and the organism will now absorb the nutrients into its body. So that is what we call saprotrophic nutrition. They do it on dead or decaying plants and animals, as you have on the slide: dead plants, dead and decaying animal bodies. Example of organisms that undergo saprotrophic nutrition we have here is yeast, mushrooms, etc. We have more. Have it here on the slide. They feed on another living organisms, and organisms that undergo this parasitic nutrition, they are referred to as parasites. These parasites can be ectoparasites. Ecto means outside, and endoparasites. Endo means inside. So we have some parasites that they are living on the body of the organisms. They are referred to as ectoparasites. And we have some parasites that they are living inside the body of the organism. They are referred to as endoparasites. Example we have here is tapeworm. Tapeworm is an endoparasite. It is living inside the host. And we have lice that they are living on the body of the organism. So in that case, they are referred to as ectoparasites. Next we have is the holozoid nutrition. As we have it on the slide, injection organic food materials. So they take in the solid food. The taking in of that solid food is what we call ingestion, as we have it on the slide here. Ingestion is the taking in of the solid food. So when they take in that solid food, they have to break down that solid food. The breaking down of that solid food is what we call digestion. And when they are breaking down that solid food into absorbable particle, they absorb that nutrient into the bloodstream. That is what we call absorption. Now there are some food particles which will be undigested. So in that case, the body can take them out as feces. So the taking out of undigested food through the anus is what we call egestion. It is Egestion. Now we have this food particle which I talk about under absorption, that they will be absorbed into the bloodstream. The body cells will not be able to make use of them when they are in the bloodstream. Just like when you have food on the plate, and since you have not eaten it, it is on the plate, the hunger will not go away. So for the body cells to make use of that nutrient, they have to absorb it into them. So the taking in of the nutrients from the bloodstream into the body cells is what we call assimilation. So example of this process that I have explained, it occurs in human beings, amoeba, lion, tiger, and many more.